Well, I think it's December 6th, and I've been asked about Alice, so this is for me to think about over the winter. She's all happy and everything's put away and ready to go. Just floating on her lines. Well, I have a good idea. Come on aboard and I'll give you a tour. Well, this is Alice. This is the cockpit, and the vents over there were the ones that come off in the wintertime and are covered with caps. This, of course, is the helm. Alice has been a wonderful, wonderful boat for me for 13 years. Come on up front and I'll show you the front. She's been updated. She certainly is old and worn, but has taken me through a lot of stuff. Very, very stable. Unfortunately, she's not getting the attention she deserves. As you can see, the woodwork is a mess. It's not that much of a chore, it's just a matter of having the time to do it. And we don't seem to have as much time to do it. Certainly not as much as it would require. This would be the new bowsprit that went in, and then the walkway over top of it. Very nice job by Matt. Looks good. Cabin top's holding up well, honey. You just need the time to get down here and do the rest of it. Well, let's take a trip below. Well, come on down inside with me. This is the back of the boat. It's kind of right off of the cockpit, as you can see. There's the emergency position indicating radio beacon and a couple of meters and some speakers. This is the captain's quarters, or the master stateroom. And of course there is storage absolutely everywhere. The boat has more storage than most of the homes I've owned. That's the navigation station, the electric panel. Very old, very functional. We have radar. We have GPS, we have autopilot, we have the controls for the generator, 8 kilowatts of power, do about everything I want to do. Of course, the radio, and the remote microphones for the radio, and the charging dock. This was a rear head. It now is a clothes hanger tool room, with, of course, with its own beer fridge and electronic flash water. I love those things. So that's the back, and as we move into the main salon, oh, I hit my head. 70,000th time I've hit that thing. Dinner bell. Oven. Only a year or two old, or a few years, 5 years old or something. And the sink, and of course, more storage, garbage, battery charger, brooms, toaster, and this is the main salon. That's the refrigerator and the freezer. They run off the engine on a compressor. Clock, I was hoping to be out of here by noon. It's 1:15. And then This set of stairs goes up to about the middle of the cabin top. It's called a pilot berth. Very comfortable. 4-inch memory foam. Stereo, TV, movie collection. Forward air conditioning and heat controls. My crew. And over here is the main captain. And a closet there, and underneath all the seats are also storage. And storage, and storage, and more storage. Going back through here, we come into the head. Basic. Shower. Small enough that you can fit in tight, and if the boat starts bouncing around, you don't get thrown. And then the forward berth. We refer to this as Dickies, but Deb has a plan to change it and make it into one bed that will then put us up here. And of course all the fishing stuff, because you have to have that. Wish I knew how to use it. And this ladder, which I'm using to dry a towel right now, goes through that hatch. So we have 3 separate exits. I tend to always use one, and that's what the front berth looks like. And then in that section ahead are the chains and lines for the anchor. And there's Dick's lounge chair. Nice and neat. As far as Gump would say, that's my boat. Goodbye. And last but not least, here's what shut down for winter looks like. A bit bittersweet for me, even though we hadn't gotten a chance to use her, but move all the books, get everything out of the way in case anything does leak. So far, we've been doing well with that, not having much in the way of leaks. And that's it. She's pretty much closed up, tidied up, and everything put away or stowed. Cockpit grates and everything's off, unplugged. And this little project was, today's project was take a shower, try to use up the water. Did that. Deck vents had to be removed all freezable liquids. Had to antifreeze the refrigerator heat exchanger, air conditioning water system, engine, generator, toilet, and electrosand. Had to tie down the sail covers. Screw down the decks where they were popping up. Unplug and disconnect all the 120 volt stuff. Electric powers, panel switches all off except for the bilge pump. Empty the rose box, which of course was full after my shower. Get the waterproof bag and the GPS to take home. Treat the fuel in the dinghy and treat the fuel in the boat. Fog the dinghy engine, remove the bimini cover, turn the propane off, check the cockpit grates inside, stack the berth cushions, drain the main through-haul filter and put antifreeze in it, stow the bedding, check all lines, turn off the 120, flip the breaker on the outside box, battery out of the clock and the remote controls, move all the books. And that was on the heels of discovering that I had to drain, clean, and refill and run the engine for numerous hours for a reason I don't need to go into. And that's it. And I'm a little sad. Of course, this is also the harbinger of Christmas. And Christmas is that wonderful time of year, except that's met with mixed feelings also. Have a great Christmas, everybody.